That's quality right here. No sacrifice, no victory. Oh yeah! What's happening, guys? Hope your day's going well. Today we're going to review WeGoHome Subs version 2.0 non-stim pre-workout. We're going to go over the ingredients so you know what you're putting in your body, and we'll go over the effects on this bad boy. If you're new to the channel and you like stuff like that, hit the subscribe button. Love to have you along for the ride. So it's been one of those days. So I'm going to try to get through this. I'm going to try to do a review. I'm trying to do a review every Thursday and Sunday. 2 days a week right now, but I have a lot of stuff to review. I just started Universal's Animal Test for those that are looking at muscle builders, so I can kind of give you guys an idea like what it's for, what it's good for. I got to run it for a little while before I do that, but I have some EA formulas, I have intra formulas, I have more pre-workouts. I have some proteins that I've saved the empty containers because I really wanted to review for you guys, so you guys know what you're purchasing if you're going to purchase something, you know, taste and quality and stuff like that. So I'll try to get on all that. But my days, it's ninth call. I'm going on call number 9 or 10, and it's dealing with people, the computer systems, traffic, everything out here, and it's been one of those. It's been a weird day. It's really been a weird day. And on days like that, I always have to remind myself that the grind and the hustle, that's from getting from point A to point B, when you're making money, when you're trying to make things happen, when you're trying to create growth, that it's a game you got to play. I mean, life, a portion of life is a game. Not with your relationships, not with your family. You don't play games. But life in general, as far as the grind and hustle, is a game, and you're playing it all the time. And the mistake that's made is when we let the game play us. So I make it a conscious decision all day long to make sure the game is not grabbing a hold of my emotions, and it's not using me as a puppet as I'm playing the game. So, just a piece of advice. Just the way I handle things. So jumping right into this, let's get into this review. You didn't come here to listen to me talk about life. So WeGoHome Subs, no sacrifice, no victory. We're going to get the flavor out of the way. This is llama corn. There it is. I think I'm spelling it right or pronouncing it right. Llama corn. And the flavor here is like sour tart. So it's not fantastic. I'm going to tell you that right now, but it's a stacked formula. And the reason why it's sour tart is they put a little flavoring, a little fruitiness, little, I don't know, little kick with it to where trying to make it, I don't know, kind of fruity. But you got the flavor of the malic acid, the L-citrulline, and some of the other ingredients in here that is sour, tart, salty sometimes. So this is a product that you buy for the results as a stacker. If this stacked onto another flavor, you wouldn't taste it at all. Half a scoop of this with another pre-workout to enhance some of the ingredients will go really well. So getting that out of the way. Flavor's not fantastic, but it is good. You can get it down, and if you like the effects I'm going to describe, it's really worth it. Quality on this product as far as ingredients, everything that WeGoHome Subs puts out, I got to tell you, it's all quality. Everything hits really nice. So put an ingredient profile right in front of me. We got 1 scoop, 27.7 grams, and 1 packed flat level scoop. Pack the scoop and scrape it up to the side to flat level it, and you're going to be right there at 27 grams. 20 servings, really nice. So jumping right on the top of the label here, we got vitamin B12, 50 micrograms. Love vitamin B12. It's a water-soluble vitamin. Which body doesn't use, it's going to pee it out. And this is used for, it's actually used, a lot of people don't know this is used for norepinephrine, epinephrine, serotonin, and GABA. So it's a precursor to those. And then, of course, it's a precursor to DNA production, red blood cells. It's also a precursor to energy production because it helps with carbohydrate, glucose breakdown, and implement it into energy and cellular production, and also lipids. So very good ingredient. Then we have some choline at 411 milligrams, and that's 411 milligrams of choline bitartrate here. So in choline bitartrate, there's 2 ingredients combined, and this is the amount of choline within the amount that's in here. We'll go over that ingredient itself. And choline is for those that are looking for liver health, make sure you're getting choline in your diet. Choline is a great ingredient that helps with fatty liver disease. So a natural ingredient. So it's great as far as that goes. It also is a precursor to acetylcholine, which helps with brain firing, neural function, cognitive function, all that stuff. Then we have some potassium at 60 milligrams. It's going to help with this is from Nitroxygen. So in Nitroxygen, there's 60 milligrams in a dose here, 1,500 milligrams of potassium. This ingredient is electrolyte, so it's going to help with cramping, anti-cramping. It's not going to help you. It's not going to make you cramp. And it also helps with the release of the contractions. So like when we make the contractions, your muscle tightens up. It does help with that release factor there. So it helps in the gym. It's a good electrolyte to have. Then we have some sodium at 350 milligrams. And this is from the sea salt that is in here. Kind of interesting. They chose sea salt over pink salt. I like that. They're both healthy salts. They're healthier than ionized salt, and they all have electrolytes in them. And sodium helps with neural firing to create contractions in the gym, along with being an electrolyte to help with water balance and hydration in the gym itself. Then we have a blood flow and pump matrix. They didn't put matrix. I just put that in there. We got L-citrulline at 7 grams. This is a vasodilator. It also helps with metabolites building up in the muscles for more reps and more sets in the gym. Helps with ATP production because the enhanced oxygen that from the vasodilation is going to help with the conversion from ATP to ADP to ADP to ATP to maintain endurance and power output in the gym. And I'm smiling right now because I'll let you guys know how this thing delivers. How's that when I'm done? Then we have some Agmatine sulfate at 1 gram. Love this ingredient. It's a GDA, so it's a glucose disposal agent. Helps with glucose entering the cells and being disposed out of the blood. And it also is a increaser of gonadotropin, which is a hormone that actually increases luteinizing hormone. So it's not like a big test booster, but when you're in situations of fatigue and if your hormones are dropping, this is an ingredient that is great to have in a pre-workout because it'll bring those hormone levels back up during your training and help you get through. This is also a vasodilator. It controls eNOS, which is endothelial NOS, nNOS, and iNOS. Elevates eNOS and lowers the other ones for inflammation purposes and help. And also with the vasodilation, it has some functions with endothelial 1. So it will help endothelial 1 stay and not turn into endothelial 2, which is a vasorestrictor. So love Agmatine. Then we have green tea extract leaf as cell flow 6, 600 milligrams, efficacious dose. This is another endothelial 1 enhancer for vasodilation. This also enhances cyclic GMP, which is going to help with more vasodilation along with fat burning energy purposes as well. And it is a fantastic antioxidant because it has a lot of polyphenols in it, epicatechin, galated epicatechin. So great ingredient. And this is supposed to be Cellflow 6, just from all the reading that I've done. When Matt put this together, what's up, Matt? If you're watching this, he made this 10%, I think it was 10%, a little bit more stronger than Vaso 6. So if you're familiar with Vaso 6, this hits different than Vaso 6, I'm telling you right now. And it is a very healthy ingredient. And it produces, I'll tell you, we'll get into the pumps, we'll get into the vasodilation, all that stuff. Then we got some sea salt here. I got in the blood flow and pump matrix. And this is going to add some like hydration effects in here at, geez, what is that? 898 milligrams. Why they chose that particular ingredient, I'm not a formulator. It probably at that dosage, it was probably recommended to perform well with the other ingredients. So this will help with some cell swelling. So yeah, there you go, some cell swelling in the gym. I'll let you guys know how it hits. Strength, power, and peak performance matrix. Beta-alanine, 5 grams. I'm gonna let you guys know now. This beta starts coming in 5 minutes. And then it peaks maybe 10, 15 minutes. And it's a long hit. This is a good source of beta-alanine. It peaks, drops a little bit, and it hangs around for 45 minutes. Every time I took this, and I'm acclimated to beta-alanine. So, I mean, it's going to depend on you individually, what's in your stomach. I train fasted and eat afterwards. But this boy hits, the beta-alanine hits. So just be prepared. 5 grams. This is for more reps, more sets in the gym. This buffers hydrogen that can build up the muscle through the processes of turning into carnosine, which is an ingredient that helps with that buffering effect, lets you push out more so you can get more contractional capability during your reps and sets. Then we have some malic acid at 3 grams. This is naturally produced in the body, and this is used in the body, by the body, naturally produced for the metabolism of glucose and lipids, for cellular production, ATP production, and energy production. 3 grams. I love how they separated it here because a lot of people put the citrulline malate together and people think that it's bonded, and you're never going to find a bonded form of it. It's just those 2 ingredients kind of mixed together and then put in there on the label. So I love when companies actually put it separate, and then you can see the exact dose of 3 grams that's in here. So it's going to help with energy production, ATP firing in the gym. Butane Anhydrous, 2.5 grams. I was just talking to my brother Austin, and I was telling him, hey, there's a lot of ingredients in healthy pre-workouts that are really beneficial for your health. And I was talking about choline. I was talking about, a few other ingredients, taurine, and then I was talking about butane anhydrous, which is an awesome ingredient. It's a methyl donor, so it helps with vitamin absorption. It helps with the removal of waste products out of the body. It helps with, it's an osmolyte, so it helps with water production and water balance in the cells, so it keeps you hydrated for a period of time. So it'll actually, for the 2 hours, is creating hydration. It's going to help with endurance as far as your moving, your mobilization. It helps with fatty liver disease. It has brain health functions. It has contractional capability functions, endurance functions, a lot of health functions in this ingredient. So I love it. Then we have some nitroxygen at 1,500 milligrams. This is a inositol, arginine, and silicate combination. So let's break this down. Inositol is used by the body through cellular production. So there's all kinds of things that can create cellular energy in the body that the body uses, and inositol is one of them. Not only in the brain, but also on a cellular level in the body to help draw in energy production for ATP production within the mitochondria. So inositol itself is a fantastic ingredient. I have a bottle of inositol on the shelf. And if you take inositol on its own, if you take like 500 milligrams to a gram, you will actually literally notice cognitive function and some energy processes in the gym just by itself. It's a fantastic ingredient. So it helps with the absorption of the arginine, which we know arginine is like L-citrulline. It's a vasodilator. It turns into enos in the body, which helps with endothelial vasodilation. And then we have silica in here, which is actually a fantastic, healthy ingredient for the blood vessels. This is an ingredient that helps with the health of the endothelial tissue within our body to allow flexibility within the tissue so the tissue doesn't harden. So fantastic overall ingredient. 1,500 milligrams is the efficacious dose, and this is fantastic for oxygen delivery, endurance purposes through the vasodilation production. We have some Synactive here at 50 milligrams. Synactive, I love this ingredient to be thrown into intraformulas, pre-workouts, and the reason why is because when we're training, our training alone allows us to promote cell growth and cell rejuvenation, but Synactive is down. If you take that, it's in the background helping with this process, with the removal of dead and damaged cells and the reproduction of new cells and the rejuvenation of cells that it can repair. So it helps with recovery. It helps with endurance purposes. On a cellular level, we have millions of cells in our body, and they all use ATP to perform actions for us to actually move. So we need cellular function, and we need proper cellular function. Love Synactive. Then we have a mind and muscle connection, L-tyrosine at 3 grams. It's a good whopping dose. This is a precursor to L-dopa, which is then a precursor to dopamine. And in the brain, dopamine actually spills over. Norepinephrine is engaged, and another process comes in, and norepinephrine is turned into epinephrine. So this helps with cognitive function and focus. It has some benefits with the thyroid through a secondary action. So it's not directly affects the thyroid, but it promotes a process that actually helps with the enhancement of the thyroid. T1 and T3 hormones, or T3 and T4, which helps with metabolism. And this also is a great product for fatigue in the brain for when you're training really hard. So let's say you're doing CrossFit. Let's say you're walking out a workout like I do in 30, 45 minutes, and I'm doing 20, 30 sets. It's going to help with the fatigue that may build up in the brain to keep you firing and function and focused. Then we have choline L-bitartrate at 1 gram. One of my favorite ingredients. I'm glad they chose it over alpha GPC for this product, because when I get into the effects, you're going to notice that choline L-bitartrate is a great ingredient for endurance type delivering pre-workouts. So this helps with precision and accuracy, and it not only helps with some cognitive function, but it helps on a cellular level within the body to promote some natural energy production. Then we have some Hepacine A at 20 micrograms. Well, not Hepacine A, total of 20 micrograms. This is 1%. So we hit 20 milligrams, so it's 20 micrograms. Maybe 1% of that would be. Could be wrong. So this blocks an enzyme that degrades acetylcholine in the brain to keep the acetylcholine elevated and firing in the brain to keep us more alert and cognitively aware of what's going on and dialed in for a longer period of time. Then we have some absorption and optimizing and gut health here. So we got gut health from estrogen at 50 milligrams, nice dose, and that also helps with the absorption of amino acids. Then we have some bioperinin at 10 milligrams, and this is just an all-around help with absorption type ingredient. It's going to help everything come together. So, jumping right into the effects, WeGoHome, no sacrifice, no victory. How did it do? So I already went over the beta-alanine. Comes in like 5 minutes, creeps into 10, 15 minutes, elevates, and it hangs around for a long period of time and doesn't really start dialing down, in my opinion, from that high hit until about 20, 25 minutes in, and hangs all the way to about 45 minutes. Great source of beta-alanine. Energy on this thing, surprising enough, there is no caffeine, there's no stims in this thing, so I'm not going to kind of overplay the energy. You wake up in the brain, I'd say about 30, maybe a little sooner. I know it's 20, 25 minutes in, 30 minutes, I started noticing kind of an awakeness in the brain. Not caffeine, not stimmed. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I don't have any discount codes for this. I love the company though. But it comes in and it kind of elevates as far as the cognitive function and focus and the dialed in, wanting to get shit done, feeling about 50, 55 minutes. Now, if you get in the gym with this non-stim pre-workout, this is going to, you're going to notice if you trained with nothing or you trained with this, you're going to notice an enhanced endurance on this sucker. So this is going to drive you non-stimmed in the gym. As long as you're awake, you don't need caffeine. This is going to drive you to a point where you're going to sweat your ass off on this thing. You're going to develop a nice sweat. You're going to have endurance and energy production being naturally produced in the body for 45 minutes to an hour. That's going to be upper level once you get firing on this sucker. Really, really good job on putting all these ingredients together for energy production, mental focus, oxygen delivery, ATP production. They did a fantastic job on this non-stim pre-workout as a total package of a balance between the pumps, the vasodilation, the cognitive function and focus, and the natural energy that you get delivered on this thing. I give this thing a thumbs up, 100% A+ for what they did on the design on this thing as a non-stim pre-workout. So got into the extra endurance, got into the focus and the energy. Everything is between mid and medium and medium high as far as the energy it produces and the focus that comes in here. It's a dialed in cognitive focus. You stay drawn into the workout. You're dialed into the sets. You're dialed into the reps. Keep in mind, caffeine does help with that focus and that energy, so this is non-stimmed. So you got to take yourself from nothing and compare yourself to this, and there is a big difference. It's a nice whopping kick of energy and focus. Pumps on this thing are nice, well-rounded. I love Cellflow 6. I love what they did with the amount of sea salt they put in this thing. I love the combination of the amount of L-citrulline. The Nitroxygen adds a little kick with the vasodilation. The Agmatine definitely adds with the long-term effects. This thing is a nice 4-hour tight hit. But what I love about this is it's tight. You feel swole, you feel tight, but it's not crazy, and you're vascular, vein popping, but not crazy. And what this thing delivers beyond that, which is nice 4 hours, you're going to feel swole, like a little tight for a good 4 hours after taking it. If you can get a nice sets and reps workout, what I love about this is it's not so crazy to where it inhibits things. So because of the balance that they put in here, it adds to the energy, the oxygen delivery. Now, I may sound like I'm marrying this thing, but I'm not. They did a really fantastic job on this thing. I love how this thing is just well-rounded all the way around. The dosage they put in, the ingredients. I'm not a formulator, but it hits like I believe it's supposed to. So they did a fantastic job, and I'm going 20 minutes in. Shit. Some of you guys are going to be like, Dave, shut the hell up. But I just want to deliver you guys the total package on this. I have done the stemmed pre-workout, and you guys are going to love that one. And I'll get to that review soon, but I got a couple of things that have been sent to me. I'm trying to kind of like balance everything out. So I don't know what the next review is going to be, but it'll be something different. And I'll hit the stemmed pre-workout next week sometime. But once again, WeGoHome knocking out the 2.0 version from their 1.0. No sacrifice, no victory. Non-Stim pre-workout. You got to give them credit. They're just growing like crazy, and they're producing some quality stuff. I really do love it. So this is Dave. I'm signing off. See you guys next time on the channel.